Her career is spiraling, her marriage is not doing well. Guys, this is crazy. Some observers were surprised when The View's former host, Meghan McCain, called Jennifer Lopez out.
I have a bad J-Lo story too.
However, fans probably shouldn't have been that surprised since several other celebrities have also called J-Lo out, especially in recent days. Several celebrities feuded with Jennifer Lopez before Meghan McCain called her out. So many stars haven't found her likable at all. One of the celebrities who once called Jennifer Lopez out is Howard Stern. During a May 2012 Today interview, Howard Stern insulted Jennifer Lopez. He was an America's Got Talent judge when he mocked J-Lo.
I was critical of, J-Lo because I felt that she never said anything negative.
Howard's comments made J-Lo seem self-obsessed. In January 2023, Nicki Swift published an article that listed some of the other celebrities who have taken shots at Jennifer Lopez. Unfortunately for Jenny, that list turns out to be pretty long. Arguably, the most notable celebrity who has feuded with J-Lo is Mariah Carey. At one point, Mariah threw shade at Jenny by pretending she didn't know who she was.
Und was ist mit J-Lo?
Die kenne ich nicht.
However, Mariah later claimed in her memoir that J-Lo's biggest hit stole her thunder. According to Mariah, J-Lo and her ex-husband ripped off the style of a song that she was set to release. Another celebrity who called out J-Lo in public is Nicki Minaj. In 2012, when J-Lo was judging American Idol, Nicki Minaj performed as a guest and then tried to join the judges panel as a guest. However, things went south when J-Lo refused to move over for Nicki Minaj and commented, "I don't know if there's enough room for both of us." After that embarrassing incident, Nicki Minaj spoke to The Hollywood Reporter backstage, according to Nicki Swift's article. While talking to the outlet, Nicki commented, "J-Lo didn't seem to be having it, but she's gonna have it." During the same conversation with The Hollywood Reporter, however, Nicki went on to say that they were just joking around, but most observers took the situation seriously. So normally when celebrity women are labeled as divas, the assumption often is that the fame went to their heads. However, according to Rosie Perez, who met J-Lo in 1991 when they were both working in Living Color, that isn't the case for her. In 2014, Rosie released her memoir titled Handbook for an Unpredictable Life. In her book, Rosie wrote about her time working as a choreographer in Living Color Fly Girls, which Jenny was a part of. According to Rosie's memoir, the other Fly Girls came to her and made accusations against J-Lo. In her book, Rosie wrote about J-Lo yelling at her like some ghetto bee, screaming and pounding her chest. Yikes. In June 2024, Meghan McCain added her voice to the list of people who called J-Lo out. She called J-Lo a deeply unpleasant person who needed to humble herself. She also said that J-Lo had the biggest entourage she's ever seen of any celebrity. Meghan went on to elaborate by saying that Jenny's entourage was bigger than Kim Kardashian and the president's when they appeared on The View. She ended by saying J-Lo does not have a reputation for being a nice, normal person. I'm not exposing anything.
If there's one thing about Jennifer Lopez we can be certain of, it's her love of a good endorsement deal. Over the years, J-Lo has lent her name to a wide range of things, from jewelry and cars to alcohol and makeup.
Pick your favorite red, and I put it in the middle.
But the brands she represents haven't always benefited from these partnerships. In a previous Fiat commercial, Lopez drove through the Bronx and discussed how her former neighborhood still inspires her. Fiat was forced to locate a body double since Lopez allegedly refused to physically return to the block she sang about, despite the fact that her relationship with the Italian automaker was reputedly worth millions of dollars. Owner of the Mott Haven barbershop featured in the advertisement, Eligio Cueto, revealed to The Smoking Gun that producers spent a few hours filming in the area of his establishment.
Here, this is my world.
The barber said that Lopez was not operating the featured Fiat 500 automobile, despite it traveling up and down East 136th Street. It wasn't her, Cueto declared. It was a double that looked like her. Fiat eventually came clean, but J-Lo's representatives remained silent. The corporation released a statement saying, "As you may know, people are increasingly mobile in today's world, and their work takes them to a variety of locations. As a result, we took the opportunity to film wherever Miss Lopez was working at the time to accommodate her schedule." The affair became known in the press as the fiasco after that. What's next might be even more surprising. In 1998, a Movie Line reporter arrived at Jennifer Lopez's opulent Beverly Hills estate for an interview and was met with what he denounced as a planned scene. While numerous friends crowded around her poolside, J-Lo was relaxing and enjoying a massage.
It was all like
nothing really special.
The actress obviously felt the need to let go during the interview, taking jabs at some of her competitors in the industry, so it's clear that the rubdown didn't completely relieve Lopez of her stress. Despite having recently collaborated on a film, Oliver Stone's neo-noir crime thriller U-Turn, J.Lo claimed that Romeo and Juliet star Claire Danes does the same thing with every character she does in response to a question about her opinions of the actresses she was vying for roles with. Lopez continued by claiming that she had never been a big fan of Winona Ryder, the two-time Oscar nominee, and she also disparaged Gwyneth Paltrow, who would go on to win Best Actress at the 2019 Academy Awards. During that notorious interview, Lopez asked, "Tell me what she's been in. I swear to God, I don't remember anything she was in. Some people get hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work. Just wait for this next one." To a candid interview with Movie Line, Jennifer Lopez also shared her thoughts on fellow pop artist and actress Madonna, saying Madge was terrific at the former but not so good at the latter. Do I think she's a great performer? Yeah. Do I think she's a great actress? No. Lopez said, "Acting is what I do, so I'm harder on people when they say, oh, I can do that, I can act. I'm like, hey, don't spit on my craft." Although it's simple to argue that the Material Girl wasn't suited for acting, Madonna was still riding high on the success of her 1996 musical biography, Evita, when Lopez spoke with her. Lopez hasn't just disparaged one musician, the Queen of Pop. There have also been rumors circulating that J.Lo's brief romance with Drake in 2016 was really a marketing gimmick. The fact that Lopez unfollowed Rihanna on Instagram after the singer shared a photo of herself with the Grammy winner suggests that there may have been some validity to their relationship, despite the fact that the two have had a tumultuous history. Working with J.Lo doesn't always work out. She later insulted Drake during a live event in Las Vegas, telling the crowd that he was nothing more than a booty call for her. Lopez had previously disclosed that she and Drake were working on a song together. Cameron Diaz can now be counted among the actresses who have experienced a Jennifer Lopez's fury. During a candid interview with Movie Line, J.Lo took aim at Diaz, referring to her as a lucky model who's been given a lot of opportunities I just wish she would have done more with. Ouch. When the actresses were paired together in 2012's What to Expect When You're Expecting, it was said to have been a little awkward because of Lopez's harsh criticism of Diaz's professional path. These two did not get along throughout the shoot, according to on-set insiders. Now claims that Lopez failed to win over Diaz, who claimed that the pop diva was a nightmare to deal with. She's even said that Jen should stick to her day job, meaning American Idol and singing, a source said. She demands to eat at specific times no matter what. She stops work and has an assistant run over to her with a small protein and veg-based meal. Cameron is going crazy over it. The co-stars allegedly deliberately avoided each other, according to a source who revealed details of the apparent dispute to Star magazine. The whistleblower claimed they don't interact much, but when they do, the tension is thick. Lopez just acts as if Cam doesn't exist. When the two actresses went on the Ellen DeGeneres show to promote the film, which was eventually blasted by critics, they denied that there was ever a rift. Celebrity makeup artist Scott Barnes and Jennifer Lopez have a long history together. They hit it off right away when they first met in the year 2000 during an InStyle magazine cover shoot. She just goes, "I like you." I said, "I like you too." When Barnes spoke with Refinery 29 in 2018, he recalled. Barnes is a customer of Celine Dion, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Julianne Moore. "What are you doing on Friday?" she said. I answered nothing, since I simply couldn't resist the want to collaborate with the stunning Kim Cattrall, even though I was meant to be working with her. "I'm shooting my album cover. Wanna do it?" she exclaimed. We're traveling to Stockholm by plane 2 days later. In the years that followed, the two grew close, with Barnes, who is said to have been an inspiration behind Lopez's characteristic radiant skin look, becoming a dependable confidant in her inner circle. But it wasn't all fun and games. Barnes said that J.Lo once fired him because she believed he had given reporters access to information about her. This was during an appearance on the Jeff Probst show. "It was like I had the plague," the makeup guru revealed. Barnes claimed he was quickly rehired after the real source of the leak was identified, but he never received an apology from J.Lo. "I went right back to work with her, and we just never spoke about it again," which is even weirder. One employee of United Airlines claims that J-Lo's image as the difficult diva is completely justified. The flight attendant claimed in an interview with Star magazine that Lopez treated him extremely rudely after he asked the well-known singer if she would like a drink. "I asked you, what can I get you to drink?" But according to him, Jennifer wouldn't even acknowledge me. Via Radar Online, she turned her head away and told her personal assistant, "Please tell him I'd like a Diet Coke and lime." She wouldn't even look at me. It was sad. She seems so sweet in her movies. As far as we are aware, the flight attendant who was ridiculed escaped unpunished. But a German hotel maid who dared to seek J-Lo for an autograph reportedly faced different circumstances. When Lopez visited the opulent Malaya Hotel in Dusseldorf, Germany in 2012, Prado Dodge was employed there. To put it mildly, she was excellent. I'm an incredibly big fan, so I took all my courage and rang the bell to get an autograph, but I was rejected by 2 assistants at the door. Dodge told the newspaper. A day later, the cleaning company that employed me at the hotel called and said that Miss Lopez had complained. I was fired right there on the phone. Over the years, Jennifer Lopez has managed to balance dangerously between 2 extremes: confidence and arrogance.
There's always a thing that you don't see coming.
Traditionally, rather than the star herself, the movie-going public and the Hollywood press determine who is considered an A-list celebrity. In 1998, during a carefully staged poolside interview with Movieline, J-Lo broke with convention by announcing herself as an A-list star. The positive reviews she received for her role as pop sensation Selena Quintanilla in the 1997 film Selena most likely gave her confidence. Although remarks such as these seem to go directly to Lopez's head, seasoned film critic Roger Ebert lauded J-Lo for evoking the magic of a sweet and talented young woman in the biopic. Lopez provided an extremely immodest response when Movieline questioned her about why she was a desirable commodity in Hollywood at the time. "Because I'm the best," she uttered. "I feel like I can do anything, any kind of role. I'm fearless." While this kind of candor is nice in a way, overconfidence in oneself may eventually irritate coworkers and viewers alike.
"I'll try to pull some more stuff together for the day."
Though not everyone agreed with Lopez's claim to possess the stardom glow, although 1998 proved to be a prosperous year for her. Giggly's unimpressive 6% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and Lopez's win for Worst Actress at the Golden Raspberry Awards in 2003 marked the beginning of the end for her with the public. This next one, ooh boy. When negotiating with a venue or organization before a show, most major musicians send riders, but if rumors about Jennifer Lopez's requests are to be believed, she has made some diva-like demands throughout the years. The Huffington Post claims that J-Lo was scheduled to perform at the 2013 Indian Premier League 2020 cricket tournament's opening ceremony, which reaches approximately 60 million viewers on television. However, it appears that she lost the gig when IPL organizers discovered that she was requesting multiple hotel rooms and a private jet to accommodate her handlers and stylists.
First, I didn't like him at all, I didn't. I thought he was like...
Because the organizers were uncooperative, Pitbull took Lopez's place. But this was nothing compared to the allegedly virtually insurmountable demands J-Lo made before her 2010 World Music Awards medley performance. According to The Mirror, the singer's rider reportedly asked for a speedboat that was specially fitted, a helicopter to be kept on standby, and headphones covered in diamonds to block out the sound of the boat's engine. Talk about troubles for the affluent and famous. Her people requested that she have an entire floor of the hotel to herself to ensure she wasn't hassled, a source told the newspaper. Privacy was a main concern, so she had a piece of beach roped off too. Early in the 1990s, while Rosie Perez was a choreographer for the sketch comedy series In Living Color, she got to know J-Lo. One of the many dancers who showed up for an open casting call for the Fly Girls, the show's dance ensemble, was Lopez. J-Lo was apparently referred to as chubby and corny by creator Keenan Ivory Wayans, who expressed little interest in hiring her. However, Perez is said to have provided support for the curly-haired New Yorker. Perez soon started to question whether she had made a mistake. Perez wrote about J-Lo, "All of the girls were coming into my office complaining how she was manipulating wardrobe, makeup, and me all to her advantage," in her memoir Handbook for an Unpredictable Life, published by the New York Post. Upon confronting Lopez about the information she had been given, the novice reportedly went off like some ghetto B words, screaming and pounding her chest. Perez said that Lopez thought she was the best dancer there. Perez allegedly heard Lopez yell at him saying, "I know I'm good, I'm better than any of these girls and you know it." Perez believed that the combative couple had finally buried the hatchet after talking it out. J-Lo is said to have made disparaging comments about Perez, who alleges that Lopez ghosted her when Lopez eventually achieved success in Hollywood. Perez remarked, "I was caught off guard. I thought we were cool. I called her up, she wouldn't pick up. Just wait until the next one." During her 2 years as a judge on the popular show American Idol, Jennifer Lopez got to know presenter Ryan Seacrest, but their friendship might not be as strong as we initially believed. In 2019, the singer of Dance Again turned 50 years old, and to celebrate, she threw an appropriately elegant party.
Happy birthday to me.
According to Harper's Bazaar, the celebration was the most lavish birthday party in the history of birthday parties. The private residence of Gloria and Emilio Estefan on Miami's Star Island served as the venue. While DJ Khaled and Ashanti were among the guests, her former American Idol co-star was not. When Seacrest reportedly took a plane from New York to Miami for the celebration, he found that Lopez had forgotten to include him on the guest list. The people working the doors refused to let him in. The entire explanation was given by Seacrest on Live with Kelly and Ryan. The bouncer allegedly informed Seacrest, "You're not on the list," according to page 6. "Clearly there's a mistake. She invited me personally," Seacrest replied. He was shown the list by the doorman. As expected, Ryan T and Ryan Z are present. Ryan Seacrest is not present. After a few phone calls, Seacrest was eventually granted permission to enter the building after being instructed to wait under the fan. Was this a dishonest error or a calculated action? You make the final decision. Combining pleasure and business seldom works out well, but if the rumors are to be believed, Jennifer Lopez has never let that stop her. In 1998, she told Movie Line, "You always flirt with your co-stars. It's harmless." She acknowledges that her romantic life has been unpredictable. "For me, the relationship journey has been very up and down," she told Harper's Bazaar in 2019. As retired baseball player Alex A-Rod Rodriguez comes from a different world from J-Lo's, who has been married 3 times, it's possible that their relationship is working well due of this. Ojani Noah, Lopez's first spouse, was a former producer. Chris Judd, her second husband, is a dancer. And Mark Anthony, her third husband and the father of her child, is an actor and singer. Relationships with Oscar winner Ben Affleck, backup dancer Casper Smart, and music mogul P. Diddy were interspersed amid those marriages. Relationships at work frequently get complicated, and directors become anxious when millions of dollars are at risk and the workplace doubles as a movie set. How does J-Lo handle that situation? She just makes eye contact with them. Regarding her friendship with U-Turn director Oliver Stone, Lopez responded, "That's the best way to deal with these bigwigs," when Movie Line questioned her. "I just went in there and we hit it off and I flirted with him, got tough with him, and he just loved it." She zoned out during a Mariah Carey performance. Unusually, Jennifer Lopez seems to have held back when speaking about Mariah Carey, the celebrity many view as her biggest rival. However, as they say, actions speak louder than words.
I don't have a feud against her at all.
Carey was allegedly outwitted about a sample she was going to utilize for the Glitter soundtrack, which is how the purported animosity started. In retaliation, the diva's ex-husband, Tommy Mottola, allegedly learned about the idea and gave it to Lopez for a song on her sophomore album, I'm Real, according to the diva's 2020 memoir. Soon after, Carey famously responded, "I don't know her," to a question about J-Lo, setting off 1,000 memes. J-Lo's response was funny, to say the least.
I know from back in the day I've read things that she said about me.
Lopez maintained silence over the alleged feud until 2014, when she said to Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen via E! That "I've read things that she said about me that were not the greatest, but we've never met." But a year later, when Carey's Billboard Music Awards performance was captured on camera, the Enough actress seemed to get her own revenge. During another appearance on Cohen's program in 2016, Lopez clarified that she wasn't being disrespectful. She just couldn't help but add what many saw as a subtle jab. "First of all, that was not fair with the texting thing because I watched a lot of it. It was a long performance."
If that sounds crazy.
She got wrongfully mad at a makeup artist. But Lopez does not always target the wealthy and well-known with her slights. Around the middle of the 2000s, there were rumors that someone had released information information to the media about the celebrity and Mark Anthony's covert marriage ceremony. So the star effectively exiled her longtime makeup artist, Scott Barnes. Speaking on the Jeff Probst show in 2012, Barnes disclosed that the person he regarded as a friend ignored him for a whole year until it was established that the leak was the work of someone else. It was like I had the plague, he told the host. J-Lo did give Barnes his old job back again after learning the truth, but apparently failed to apologize for being so ruthless.
Kinda, sorta, but not really. It was
What might be more shocking is what Barnes said after. The makeup artist said via Radar, "I went right back to work with her and we just never spoke about it again," which is even weirder. He had previously provided his services to Gwyneth Paltrow, another one of Lopez's targets. Barnes requested that they stay friends for the next 6 years, that he was paid to work with the celebrity, saying, "She sat for the cover of my first book and we're friends. She's an amazing woman and she's like, I love you, you know, and I say, I love you too, we're friends." She claimed that all men under 33 are useless. As a man who is under the age of 33, I'd take offense. Jennifer Lopez took the seemingly improbable decision to use Tinder in 2018. All okay, sort of. Through a function called Swipe Sessions, the celebrity used the dating app to discover her ideal match, a fan named Brooke who is in her 20s. While doing so, she also offered some advice to the singleton. Guys until they're 33 are really useless, the self-appointed love guru proclaimed after going through numerous unsuitable suitors. Is there a specific reason Lopez views people under this particular age as unacceptable? It's a fairly significant coincidence, though, that J-Lo married 32-year-old Chris Judd on her second marriage. But after their divorce, she couldn't have quickly embraced this rule. In 2002, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez became the popular duo known as Bennifer, at the age of just 30. 10 years later, backup dancer Casper Smart started dating the triple threat, but he was even younger, 24 to be exact. She said Drake was a booty call. When Jennifer Lopez and Drake were seen cuddling up on Instagram in 2016, it almost brought the internet to a halt. The rapper's former partner Rihanna and her ardent following didn't seem to approve of the photo. However, the new power couple vanished within a few months. The 2017 song Free Smoke had a later allusion from Drake to their brief romance. "I drunk text J-Lo, old number so it bounced back." In the song Diplomatic Immunity, I Lost to J-Lo, he also made reference to reports that he had cheated on the Made in Manhattan star a year later. Prior to her 2019 stage appearance in Los Angeles' The Forum, Lopez herself had remained silent about the entire situation. Indeed, during the premiere of her That's My Party tour, the triple threat began to dance to her former partner's hit song Hotline Bling. But according to Hollywood Life, J-Lo stopped posing and joked, booty call, much to the amusement of the crowd as the line "You used to call me on your cell phone" played. Many believed that J-Lo hadn't treated the relationship with Drake with the same seriousness. J-Lo says that her first 2 marriages don't count. Before she was even 40, Jennifer Lopez had already been down the aisle 3 times. Nevertheless, based on her comments from a behind-the-scenes video diary to promote her It's My Party tour, it appears that the singer views herself as a one-time bride. While discussing her impending on and off nuptials with Alex Rodriguez, Lopez reflected on her previous wedding ceremonies. "I've never been married in a church. I've been married 3 times, and once was 9 months and once was 11 months, so I don't really count those." Naturally, Lopez fired her first husband, Johnny Noah, and then she divorced Chris Judd due to irreconcilable differences. It makes perfect sense for Lopez to want to move on from Noah. A tell-all book on his brief marriage to the celebrity was once attempted to be published by the former writer. Later on, Lopez was able to obtain an injunction prohibiting her former partner from disparaging her. A court order prohibiting Noah and his friends from publishing video footage from their honeymoon, which is allegedly of an uncompromising quality, was also granted to her. As late as 2015, Noah's business partner Ed Meyer told In Touch that they were still trying to disclose the tape because they had found a legal loophole. She called out Salma Hayek. When asked about the From Dusk Till Dawn actor, Lopez was eager to disassociate herself from any parallels, saying, "We're in 2 different realms. She's a bombshell and those are the kinds of roles she does. I do all kinds of different things." The supremely confident Lopez also claims that Hayek had been telling a few fibs, adding, "It makes me laugh when she says she got offered Selena, which was an outright lie. If that's what she does to get herself publicity, then that's her thing." Hayek reiterated more than 20 years later that Selena's producers had asked her to play the sad singer. The actress said via the Oprah magazine that she had considered the offer a little bit distasteful, given that it had been made so soon after Selena's passing, during an appearance on Watch What Happens with Andy Cohen. Still, she refrained from criticizing Lopez for having no such qualms, adding, "I think Jennifer did a great job. I really do think it was for her." And then there's the Movie Line interview from 1998. The comments Jennifer Lopez made in the 1998 Movie Line interview that surfaced on social media more than 20 years later could encompass this whole list. Along with complimenting Winona Ryder backhandedly, never a big fan of hers, she's cute and talented though, and Cameron Diaz, a lucky model who's been given a lot of opportunities, I just wish she would have done more with. She's beautiful and has a great presence though, before slighting the queen of pop herself. When questioned about Madonna, J-Lo replied, "Do I think she's a great performer? Yes. Do I think she's a great actor? No. Acting is what I do, so I'm harder on people when they say, oh, I can do that, I can act. I'm like, hey, don't spit on my craft." Madge won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy just a year prior to this for her leading role in Evita. In general, Lopez doesn't seem to agree with the winners of prizes. She also blasted Gwyneth Paltrow, asking, "Tell me what she's been in. I swear to God, I don't remember anything she was in. Some people get hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work." Given that Paltrow won Best Actress at the 1999 Academy Awards for her role in Shakespeare in Love, it's doubtful that Lopez missed Paltrow's performance in the same year. She was also throwing shade at Ben Affleck's Pride. J-Lo was asked if singers, musicians, or actors made better partners in bed during the game segment Plead the Fifth, while she was a guest on the gossipy Bravo show. Us Weekly adds that instead of electing to remain mute on the matter, like she later understood was probably the safer option, the New Yorker said, "I have to say that in my limited experience, anybody involved in music, so I would say singers and dancers." Lopez continued her subtle character assassination of the man she starred with in the box office bomb Giggly. She also suggested that Affleck had little clue when it came to clothes. "I did kind of like say, you need to be, you're a movie star. You should wear a suit, You should do this with your hair." She did add, "He didn't do anything he didn't want to do. He had some good fashion moments when he was with me." She also ghosted Rosie Perez. Actress Rosie Perez wrote about how she first met Jennifer Lopez in her 2014 autobiography, Handbook for an Unpredictable Life. The two worked together on the film In Living Color in the early 1990s, and her remarks were anything but flattering. Perez was crucial in J-Lo's dancer casting while serving as a choreographer for the popular sketch show. However, Lopez allegedly went on the attack like some ghetto bleep, screaming and pounding her chest. When Perez addressed complaints about the Bronx native's diva-like behavior, asserting that her skills were better than those of her peers. The feud persisted even after the play singer exited the performance. Mirror quotes Perez's writing, "I was blindsided. I'd thought we were cool. I called her up. She wouldn't pick up. Frustrated, I left her an irate message on her answering machine. Instead of calling me back and hashing it out like friends do, she went on a major talk show and reiterated my lashing." Later, when Lopez ran into Perez in a club, she pretended that they were still best friends, but Perez quickly corrected the celebrity. Thankfully, Perez's resentment subsided over time. She later told CNN, "I have great respect for J-Lo. Yes, we had a tiff, and it was 20 years ago. I've moved on, and I'm sure she has also." And she dissed all of her exes too. Former lovers P. Diddy, Ben Affleck, and Casper C. Smart, as well as ex-husbands Ojani Noah, Chris Judd, and Mark Anthony, undoubtedly felt their ears burn when Jennifer Lopez made an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen in 2015. They probably wouldn't be overly flattered by what they heard though. And finally, she dissed on Alex Rodriguez. The Golden Globe nominee played a fun softball game with her family in 2019 while sporting a New York Yankees jersey, which included boyfriend A-Rod. According to the MLB veteran, Lopez has been dating since 2017. Trash talk continued despite the fact that it was Christmas time. Rodriguez detailed what transpired on the pitch alongside an Instagram photo of the two appearing to be engaged in a contentious mid-game argument. "Come on, Jen, I was a Gold Glove winner. Let me play some shortstop." A-Rod made reference to the prize he had won in back-to-back years in the early 2000s and the statements he claimed to be speaking at the time. His girlfriend's return to, keyword was.
Nobody knows my story. more than he does.
The actress recently told AP News that she has pared down her schedule during the last few years, rather than doing just everything. The Grammy nominee has just been doing things that are really exciting or inspiring to her. Lopez clarified, "That's what I used to do a lot of. This. The 54-year-old musician went on. "That's the truth," during the May 20th red carpet interview. "As much as it seems like I'm going at a fever pace all the time, I'm actually at half the pace that I was a few years ago." Her co-star said something that probably gave her a revelation. Her co-star on Atlas, Sterling K. Brown, said, "You're a hustler, baby," expressing his surprise. "I just want you to know." Amidst widespread separation rumors, social media users referred to the interview as an illustration of the fundamental difference between Lopez and 51-year-old Affleck.
I'd never fallen out of love with you. I had just put it over here.
Regarding the couple's very different personalities, an admirer commented, "She's constantly doing something." The co-stars of Giggly, who first dated from 2002 to 2004, rekindled their romance in 2021 and became engaged the next year. Prior to their second wedding in Georgia the following month, Lopez and the Oscar winner were married in a ceremony in July 2022 in Las Vegas. According to a source who spoke with Page 6 just recently, Affleck has suddenly come to his senses regarding their fever dream marriage and understands there is just no way this is going to work. The two have notably been living apart, with Affleck allegedly looking for a place in Los Angeles. When the Gone Girl star isn't covering his hand from photographers, he is being photographed out and about without his wedding ring, which has garnered him attention after he missed both of his wife's Atlas premieres. In Lopez's The Greatest Love Story Never Told documentary, the Golden Globe winner discussed their different approaches to relationships and mentioned that they have been trying to learn to compromise. And then Ben said what he didn't want out of the relationship. He explained, "Getting back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media. And then I sort of realized it's not a fair thing to ask." In order to spend more time with her family, the Atlas singer made the decision to postpone her This Is Me live summer tour. After that, she had a jam-packed day of family outings. The statement from Live Nation said, "Jennifer is taking time off to be with her children, family, and close friends." She also conveyed her shock and anguish over the news in her On the J-Lo email, telling fans, "Please know that I wouldn't do this if I didn't feel that it was absolutely necessary." There's a chance that the abrupt shift in her career is related to reports that she and the Argo actor are getting a divorce. Affleck has reportedly been living separately from his marriage while searching Los Angeles for a place to call home. After dropping the star off at his rental house, J-Lo left with her assistant. In May of 2022, rumors started to surface regarding a Bennifer 2.0. Rumors of a potential romance surfaced after J-Lo was spotted out and about with Ben again after splitting from Alex Rodriguez. Following the couple's vacation in Montana, things got more serious. People claims that on May 13th, Jennifer was open to the idea of making amends with Ben. The couple was reportedly having fun together tonight after reconciling after a long break. After they reconcile, Bennifer's list of things to accomplish is tell your friends the good news. J-Lo and Ben are very much a couple and have been telling friends that they're together, a source told ET. When they first reconnected, they had to see if the spark was still there, because it had been a while.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are splitting up.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck divorce rumors are still flying high, and apparently Jennifer Lopez got so frustrated with dealing with him that she decided to take a solo trip to Europe for Paris Fashion Week without Ben to get away from him.
Jennifer Lopez made sure she attended Paris Fashion Week despite whatever was going on in her private life.
Ben was also spotted at home while she was away without his wedding ring during an intense argument with the paparazzi. Guys, let's dive in. J-Lo dodged all of the speculation regarding the status of her and Ben's marriage and still showed face at the Christian Dior show during Paris Fashion Week. Meanwhile, back in California, Ben was spotted without his wedding ring again as he had an intense confrontation with a paparazzi on his way home. Ben got out of his car, screamed at the photographer for flashing a light at him while driving, which he said made it hard for him to see.
You're right. Stop, man.
Okay.
It's dangerous what you guys are doing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I can't see.
Ben also made sure to note that he was also looking out for his daughter's safety, who would soon be coming down the driveway. This is understandable, guys. Like paparazzi, I can't even imagine what it's like to deal with them. J-Lo was all smiles at the fashion event when she posed for photos solo, wearing an asymmetrical brown dress with a matching coat and her staple sky-high gold heels. In order to keep curious fans searching for her wedding ring, she covered up her hands with black leather gloves, so you can't even see if she's wearing it. We asked Leroy Kenton, who is a celebrity expert and creator of FTD News, what he thought about J-Lo going away without Ben. What he had to say was, this is the best thing JLo can do for herself right now. Getting away from her whirlwind relationship and getting away from the paparazzi, she needs time to just collect her thoughts and cool down. Clearly, she's been frustrated with Ben for a long time.
100%, like I've never fallen out of love with you. I had just put it over here.
But then on the flip side, although her fleeing will be beneficial to her as an individual, it could also be detrimental to her relationship with Ben. Because the longer JLo stays away, the more time Ben potentially could be spending with Jennifer Garner, his ex. So do what you gotta do, JLo, but also make sure to know the potential risks of your absence. Guys, this is such a juicy take. Ben and Jennifer Garner have been spending so much time together. They share 3 children together. The rumors fly that Jennifer Garner is the one who kicked Ben out. So of course he might still be attracted to her, and she's the mother of his children. Apparently Ben also goes to Jennifer Garner for advice when him and JLo have disagreements, which JLo is not a fan of.
You know, it was like a tough one for me.
What do you guys think? Ben and her have been dealing with ongoing rumors that they're heading for divorce for quite some time. And this also happened when people noticed that they hadn't been photographed together in public for months. Ben has been filming the sequel to The Accountant in California, while his wife Jennifer was busy promoting her Netflix film Atlas and preparing for her now canceled This Is Me live tour. So Jen canceled her This Is Me live tour to spend more time with her family and children. She told fans this in a statement, saying that the decision was necessary, though the tour had been plagued by reports of low sales and multiple canceled dates, which is likely the real reason for the cancellation.
Because I didn't think much of myself, and so the world didn't think much of me.
Jennifer Lopez is in her flop era. Nothing is working out for her. Ticket sales, her skincare line, and her work projects, they're all flopping. Not to mention, there are countless rumors that she's heading for a divorce.
You know, it was like a tough one for me.
Her whopping $90 million Las Vegas residency deal is also on the rocks. JLo is set to sign on to do a series of shows at the MGM Grand, but poor concert tickets and album sales have been affecting the agreement. Guys, this is crazy. We're gonna get into it. So an insider claimed MGM is watching her not doing well on the road. They are very nervous. It's pretty rare you have a poor tour and then go to Vegas. The insider also said that JLo just received $600,000 to $650,000 for Sin City residency and be scheduled for fewer shows. A separate insider claimed that no deal with MGM was ever officially signed, but that talks have continued.
If that sounds crazy.
This wouldn't be JLo's first residency in Vegas, as she had a very successful stint at Planet Hollywood back in 2016. JLo is currently in rehearsals to prepare for another show, her Greatest Hits Tour, This Is Me Live. The name of the US tour was mysteriously rebranded in April. It has initially been called This Is Me Now, after her latest album, which she sang about her journey to have a rekindled love with Ben Affleck. Since then, it's been reported that Ben and Jenny are having serious issues. Divorce rumors are flying.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez step out with their respective wedding rings amid rumors they have broken up.
JLo also raised eyebrows when she and her team decided to cancel 7 shows from her tour, scheduled to take place from August 20th to the 31st in Cleveland, Nashville, Raleigh, North Carolina, Florida, Atlanta, Tampa, and New Orleans, without any explanation. She's actually made hints that she's considering retiring from music completely. When it comes to her and Ben Affleck, apparently they are even living apart. Ben is reportedly renting a house for $100,000 a month away from Jenny.
It was the most toxic thing I have ever experienced.
The couple has barely been seen together, and Ben Affleck did not attend the premiere of his wife's new film Atlas, which debuted on Netflix. An insider also mentioned that they didn't celebrate Mother's Day together. Despite the numerous divorce rumors, JLo is staying in tip-top shape. Her fitness trainers recently spilled the beans on her intense workout routine, saying that she's in the best shape she's ever been in. Jennifer has been seen in small outfits in both Los Angeles and Mexico, showing off her stunning figure. Her trainers Dodd Romero and Tracy Anderson chatted with US Weekly about how she stays so fit. Romero praised her dedication, saying Jennifer's in better shape now than she's ever been in. She's tough and never complains. Wherever I tell her to go, she'll go. When she recently stepped out, the look on her face was so tense, it was obvious something was seriously wrong.
You know, it was like a tough one for me.
She was still wearing her wedding ring though. Even though something was definitely wrong, she still looked good. She wore a gray cropped sweatshirt and a matching stylish gray sweatpants. She paired this outfit with a cream Birkin and brown sunglasses. We're about to get into this, guys. The details are wild. JLo may be at her breaking point. So these new photos came after the news that Ben actually moved out of their home and is renting a mansion for $100,000 a month, separate from JLo.
You're gonna marry a boat captain, and you go, well, I don't like the water.
An insider close to the couple said that they started having major issues a few months ago as Jen started ramping up work commitments and prepping for her tour. Guys, if moving out of your spouse's home isn't a massive sign of a breakup, then I don't know what is, but it does not look good. Apparently, they've been spending weeks apart from each other at a time because the issues they're having are so intense. J-Lo and Ben dated 20 years ago, got engaged, and then broke up. 20 years later, they decided to reconnect and try again. We asked Leroy Kenton, who is a celebrity expert and creator of FTD News, what his thoughts were on this craziness. What he had to say was, what would have happened if they were together the whole time? I think the biggest conflict between them is that Ben is a very private guy who doesn't care for social media and being in the public eye.
Getting back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media.
Whereas J-Lo thrives in the public eye. Would they still be J-Lo and Ben if they stayed together, or would they be bigger? It's hard to tell. And now that they're going through a potential divorce, I'm starting to think that they made a big mistake trying to reignite their 20-year-old romance. I honestly agree with him. Sometimes people get back together and it works out, but it just seems like these two are too incompatible. 20 years is such a long time. Maybe they thought both had changed enough to make it work, but unfortunately, it looks like it's just not gonna. Before this, Ben was also seen out looking pretty distressed. He was smoking a cigarette in his BMW, and he just looked completely overwhelmed. He didn't even seem to have the energy to hold his head up. Both of these guys look so miserable, to be honest. Really sad situation.
That sounds crazy. It's because we are.
Ben also removed his wedding ring at one point before putting it back on. He also was caught going to dinner by himself at a celebrity hotspot, Giorgio Baldi. He didn't even crack a smile. He looked super glum. So Jennifer skipped out on the meal to go promote her new film Atlas. She wore a stunning black mermaid skirt and a white top, a diamond necklace, earrings, and a shiny black clutch. Immediately after that, she rushed to Mexico in a jaw-dropping white gown. But Ben did not attend either of the events with her.
When the pop artist was seen by herself on the Met Gala red carpet earlier in May, it gave rise to rumors of a divorce. The 54-year-old J-Lo has increased fan conjecture by likes of the mysterious Instagram post.
Because I didn't think much of myself, and so the world didn't think much of me.
The March 19th essay was written by relationship coach Lena Marsak and covered the challenges of being in a relationship without integrity and respect. The first text slide on the carousel said, "You cannot build a healthy relationship with someone who lacks integrity and emotional safety." There were other text slides as well. The message continued, "Why? Trust is the foundation of any relationship. Without integrity, it's difficult to trust someone's words, actions, or intentions."
You know, it was like a tough one for me.
This can create an environment of fear, anxiety, and emotional instability, making it challenging to feel safe and secure in a relationship. The lengthy article included slides that offered advice on how to identify someone in a relationship who may be harboring bad intentions. Lena's carousel concluded with the words, "Without clarity, we don't know where we stand. There is no clear direction. There is no stability or foundation for growth. You can't build a relationship with someone who is disconnected from themselves," she wrote in the post.
Nobody knows my story.
When we are unable to recognize ourselves, how can we expect someone else to? It's simple to get into a relationship. It's a different story to nurture and foster it. After all, love is not a feeling, it's an action, she said. According to a source who spoke with In Touch following her solo appearance at the Met Gala, Ben has reached a breaking point. They disclosed that the actor from Deep Water had moved out of their house and that their romance is over.
Ben Affleck moved out of the house that they shared.
The site stated they're headed for a divorce, and for once, Ben's not to blame. He's focusing on his work and kids now. 3 children, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel, are shared by Ben and his former spouse, Jennifer Garner. J-Lo and her ex-husband Mark Anthony are parents to 16-year-old twins Max and Em. The insider continued telling In Touch that they'll likely have to sell the dream house they spent 2 years searching for. They'll never stop loving each other, but she can't control him, and he can't change her. There's no way it could have lasted, the source shared. Twice, Ben and Jennifer were engaged. The first time, in 2002, their wedding was cancelled. Despite the actor being the subject of cheating rumors, the couple stated at the time that they postponed their wedding because of the overwhelming amount of media attention. They had canceled their wedding by 2004. 20 years later, after several marriages and relationships, they reignited their love. July 2022 saw the famous couple finally marry in Las Vegas. The US Sun previously learned from a source that Ben's lack of participation in Jen's public appearances is not a marital problem. The insider revealed that they appear to be falling apart due to basic personality flaws. The ground rules are Jennifer and Ben are allowed to go off and do projects, appearances, and work that completely don't involve each other and definitely involve spending weeks at a time apart, according to a source. These are passionate people who love to work, and both of them love to bet on themselves and the teams they have assembled around themselves over the course of decades. It's the strongest thing about their relationship because they're willing to give each other a lot of space when opportunity knocks, they said. But the insider added that the fundamental difference between them is that Jennifer has an incredible golden optimism about every situation, and Ben sees everything, and I mean everything in his life, as a problem that only he can solve.
JLo demands that the people working for her do not make any eye contact at all.
Jennifer also has a bizarre no eye contact rule while dealing with crew members or hired help.
This is allegedly a rule she has for all her employees, among other crazy demands. People are furious after reading reports about this. They're calling the treatment of her workers unacceptable.
It was all like nothing really special.
Jenny's public image has suffered a lot recently, with speculation about problems in her marriage to Ben Affleck, the recent cancellation of her tour because of poor sales, and viral videos that make her seem very rude. People in the entertainment industry who have worked with her are now speaking out, saying she's a diva with super strict rules for her employees. The most surprising one, she doesn't let them make eye contact with her, and several people have apparently confirmed this. Jennifer Lopez's rumored diva behavior has really stirred things up, hurting her already shaky reputation.
Everybody thought I was crazy.
She and Ben Affleck are trying to deflect the divorce rumors, but now JLo's facing some unflattering reports. According to an industry insider, she has a strange rule where her employees aren't allowed to make eye contact with her. Guys, it's usually best to give people the benefit of the doubt, but there are many people speaking out right now. One insider shared a friend of ours worked lighting backstage at one of her concerts. All of the workers were strictly instructed, do not look at Miss Lopez. There has to be no eye contact.
MS Lopez, there's to be no eye contact, one online user alleged.
This isn't just one unique experience, as more people joined in to tell the story. I knew people who worked at Mohegan Sun and they were instructed to totally avoid eye contact with J Diva. They still laugh about her to this day because far bigger celebs have appeared there that have been far more gracious and friendly. This was said by somebody that weighed in. People on X, formerly Twitter, trashed her after hearing these stories. I never heard anyone share a pleasant story about working with Jennifer Lopez. One of my friends worked on set with her, and the eye contact thing is true, LOL. Several people who supposedly worked for her or knew people who did remarked that it was a rule JLo is very insistent on. Of course, these are just rumors, but the singer has a rocky history when it comes to the treatment of her employees. And with so many people speaking out, seems like it's probably true.
Okay, because I won't have anything to wear if you don't.
PR expert Edward Hopkins recently decided to give his opinion on Jennifer Lopez's public image, and it's not looking good. Between the rumors about her marriage and the comments about her treatment of fans and staff, her reputation is spiraling. High-profile relationships come with intense media scrutiny. The rumors of a potential divorce can overshadow professional achievements. In today's digital age, where every action can be captured and shared globally, maintaining a positive image is more challenging but very crucial. This was shared by him. In addition to the speculation about her marriage, including talks of her not wanting Ben Affleck to be close with the mother of his children, Jennifer Garner, the expert also brought up videos on TikTok depicting her in an unflattering light, appearing rude to fans, appearing rude to strangers, and this has hurt her image deeply.